When does it start getting uncomfortable? When does the stillness and the silence become uncomfortable? And you're like, am I being too loud? What's wrong with this microphone? Is something going on? What do we do? What do we do in those moments when our timing and God's timing sometimes doesn't meet up, does it? What we want to happen and when we want it to happen doesn't meet up. It's what we want right now. I need it right now. I've been praying to you, God, and why am I not getting it? What do you do in those moments when you're waiting on that doctor? When you're waiting on those results? What do you do when you're waiting for that promotion in that job? What are you doing when you're waiting on your children to get through some kind of difficult situation that they're going through? What do you do in those moments when you know I need God and God, you know I need you? Are you ever still? It interests me how many verses there are that speak about waiting on the Lord. Waiting on God. I can tell you personally, even the last couple of weeks have been fast for me. And many times it causes me to not stop. And you get so rushed and you get so hurried with everything going on that you forget to stop and meditate on God. To ask Him to be with you. Because we are going so fast, at such a speed. Sometimes we forget to stop and ask God. To thank God. To meditate on His Word. We're not praying. Do you ever find yourself when you're so busy, I ain't got time to stop and pray. I don't have time to stop and read His Word. If I had time, I'd have a lot better life. That's many times where we find ourselves. Hard to be still. Now sometimes when we make decisions in our life that have consequences that last for an eternity. How many of you in your life right now could tell a story that I did not wait on God and I made decisions that 10 years later is impacting my family, my children, my job, my finances, my faith? Probably every single one of us could tell a story that there was that moment that I did not wait on God and I made the wrong decision. You are not alone. Read the Bible. Just read the Word of God and you read the different people that were in the Bible and don't see if they didn't wait. They did not wait. They made a decision and there was consequences. You're not alone. You're in the broken, fallen world. You're in this world and Satan wants you to be so busy. He wants you to be so consumed with your stuff and think that God is not there, that God will not take care of you, that God will not provide for you, that you almost have to do it on your own. We get that way. Every single one of us. But I want you to see some verses. If you take notes, if you want to take notes of this or go back and watch the video and get these notes down, read them, ask for the PowerPoint, spend time on these verses to see if it doesn't help you. Look at Psalm 27, verse 14, wait for the Lord. Wait. Many of you will not want to hear that advice. When you call me, you say, Keith, what I need to do in this situation, I got this coming up and I got this going on and I got this situation. If I just wait. What do you mean wait? It has to happen now. Just wait. If you wait for the Lord, be strong. Let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Maybe He wants to test you to see if you will wait for Him. If you will trust Him in the most difficult moments of your life. Some of the most difficult decisions that you have to make. Will you wait? That is so difficult. That is so hard. It is so hard for me to just sit still. I'm for one that I constantly have to have noise around. I just turn on the TV. How many of you turn on the TV for background noise? Come on now, I got a lot of... Yeah, you're not watching the movie. You're not watching the show. I just need background noise. I just need something to distract me, because if I'm sitting there silent, I feel like I'm either wasting my time. I feel like I'm lazy. I'm not getting something done. But sometimes I'm working so much that if I don't have the TV on, I'm working. So if I turn the TV on, now I'm not working, I'm relaxing. But I'm still working. That's the way we live a lot of our lives. That's the way we spend it. We can never be still enough to wait on the Lord. But here, be strong. Waiting is not weakness. Allowing God to work in His timing is not weakness. It's really showing a faith that goes beyond us. It's giving God the opportunity and the ability to work in our lives the way He would have that done. But He needs to see that faith. So let your heart take courage. God, I know You have this. God, You have my life. Do you give it to Him? Do you give that to Him? Do you give Him your life? Do you give Him your decisions? Do you give Him those things? Maybe the reason we're messing up is we have it. It's my choice. It's my decision. It's my life. It's what I want to do. It's what I decide to do. It's what I think is best for my life. Then we mess it up, and who do we blame? We're blaming God, aren't we? Many times, that's where we find ourselves. We didn't wait. Look at Psalm 37, verse 7. Be still before the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Fret not yourselves over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices. When I was sitting and I was thinking about this lesson, I think it was last night, that I was just going over it again. And I began to think, because I struggle with this too. How many of you right here in this room can sit here for the, I'll even just say the 20, well, I don't preach 20 minutes, for the 27 minutes to 32 minutes about how long I preach. I don't time it out, but that's about how long it is, 27 to 32. That's usually about what it is. How many of you can sit for 27 to 32 minutes and never think about your phone, never think about work, never think about what's coming up tomorrow, never think about Facebook, never think about TikTok, never think about some situation at work, something that's coming up? Can you do it for 27 to 32 minutes? It's hard for me. I'm sitting there and something's going through my mind. Something is preoccupying my mind. It is very hard for me to sit still, even in a place where I feel like I'm maybe the most in the presence of God, right? Let alone if I'm not sitting in this building. If I'm at home, or I'm in my truck, or I'm working, or I'm with the kids, you can forget about it. But it's even hard right now. It's challenging for some of you right now to really put your phone down and focus on God. And I didn't see anybody on their phone, so I'm not staring at someone. Did the preacher see me on my phone? The parents are looking at her as the kids on the phone. Get off the phone. It's not why I'm saying it. I'm calling me out. I'm calling my heart out. I'm calling my mind out. I'm calling what I'm going through in a day. And I'm just sharing it with you. That's where we find ourselves. It's hard to sit still and focus on God. That all my time is yours, God. You tell me how to plan out next week. You tell me what to do with my time. You tell me where to go. You tell me what I need to do at work. It's a challenge. It is a challenge in our world today to sit and be still. But that's what some of these writers are telling you. To wait, to be still. What would have happened What would happen when Jesus was on the boat? And many of you have heard this story. If you haven't, there were disciples that they were in a boat, and Jesus was asleep in the bottom of the boat. Jesus was asleep, and there was a storm that came up, and these disciples got scared. They were worried. They were concerned. They were anxious. They had buckets trying to get the water out of the boat. They didn't want to drown. They didn't want to die. Sounds like our everyday life, right? Going so fast, we ain't got time to even think straight. There's so much going on in our lives right now. We don't have time. We can't focus. And then something happens. Then the doctor visit, or then something comes up that stops you. Then you get scared. And look at this in Mark 4. When they went down and said something to Jesus, he got up, he rebuked the wind, and he said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." That even the wind and the waves, even nature, even this earth who was created, God created this world. Even the earth obeys him. Even nature obeys him. When he says quiet, be still, nature will respond. Do you respond the same way? There's quiet, be still, and then the wind died down and it was completely calm. He said to his disciples, Why are you so afraid? Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith? They were terrified, and they asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Maybe we're afraid of God coming into our lives and asking us the very same question. Why are you so afraid? Why are you afraid of that thing that's coming up this week? Why are you afraid of that? Do you have no faith? Do you have no faith in me to take care of it? Do you not think I care for you and love you and what is in your best interest? Do you not think that? Why are you so afraid? Why are you stressed and anxious and worried and concerned and frustrated and live life at the speed that you're living? Do you not know who I am? Do you not have faith in what I do? Yet you come and sit on these pews every Sunday, and then you walk out the same way that you came in? Will you allow me to change you? Will you allow me to work in your life? I struggle. This is for me, probably more than you, because I struggle with it. Because I want to live my life in God's timing, but many times it doesn't fit mine. And I'm going so fast, and when the storms come up in my life, I'm overwhelmed at that point. And I just want it to stop. I just want the storm to stop. And many times it's that storm that I can really find faith in God. That I can really begin to learn what he does. And once again, if you read the Bible, Noah had to wait. Noah had to wait on God. It was God's timing. Noah could have, hey man, let's build a boat. Hey, I can have it done next week. Let's build it. Let's go. Let's get that thing rolling. No. This is my timing. Noah had to wait. Abraham had to wait. God, can we just have the kid now? I mean, I'm a little bit younger now. Kind of, in that zone there. Kind of, I'm able to raise them. Can we have the kid now? No. You'll wait till I'm ready for you to have the kid. But you will have the kid. Abraham had to wait. David had to wait. Joseph had to wait. Hannah had to wait. You read the Bible and you see people of faith, people that had a relationship with God who had to learn to wait. And then you read it, and in the midst of it, they made mistakes. And they sinned. They did things they should not have done. They went places they should not have gone. They made decisions that they never should have made. Because they didn't learn to wait on God. They didn't allow him to work in their lives. And you'll find in your life, and I pray that the older you get, the more you learn. Just wait on him. He's patient. He wants all people to come to repentance. This is God's timing. This is God's world. He set it in motion. He knows exactly what's coming. He knows what He has in store for you. Will you wait on Him? And there's a lot of you right now. The more we get to know each other, there's things you're waiting on, right? You're waiting on things. You want things to happen. Can we learn to wait on God? Psalm 46, verse 10, be still. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. You be still and know that I am God. Is it because you're not still that you don't know God and you don't have a very good relationship with God? That your relationship with God is not very good right now? And some of you may attest to that. Some of you may say that. My relationship with God right now is not the best. It may be because you're not being still in His presence. You're rushing around so fast, making decisions all on your own, trying to do it all on your own, and you're going fast, and you get overwhelmed, and you never stop. And allow yourself just to talk to God, to develop that relationship. That's what this writer's saying. Be still and know I am God. It might have been different in Mark chapter 4 if those disciples would have said, guys, what are you worried about? Jesus is on the boat. Jesus is on the boat. And if Jesus can sleep on the boat, then we should be able to sleep on the boat. So let's just go to sleep. Because we're going to get to the other side, aren't we? We're going to get to the other side. What am I worried about? If Jesus is not worried about it, then what am I worried about? There's so many things in our life that we really could stop worrying about if we would be still and know who God is and spend time in His presence. I challenge you, because I have challenged myself. You got to take time. You got to slow down. You got to stop. You need to realize who God is. Lamentations 3, 25 and 26. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him. Well, it's not been good to me because I've been waiting a long time for this decision and I ain't got it yet. Wait a minute. Whose time are you working on? You working on your time or His time? Because you don't know when He's going to provide it. You think you know what you need right now in this moment, and maybe you don't. Maybe you don't need it. So you have to sometimes think about that. Sometimes have to think about that. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him. To the soul who seeks Him. To the soul who seeks Him. It is good that one should wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Still uncomfortable, isn't it? It's still uncomfortable. Even when you realize what we're doing. Even when you realize the topic. Even when you realize that I've been preaching on wait and be still. Whatever. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to just stop and to be still. Some of us don't even know what that looks like. We don't even know what that feels like because it gets so uncomfortable that we just speed up again. I'm just going to get right back into motion. And waiting and being still doesn't mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you can't make decisions. It doesn't mean that you can't do things. It doesn't mean that. But there are some things we need to wait for God to work. Isaiah 40. Look at verse 31. But they who wait for the Lord. I mean, that's happening over and over. Just verses that are full of waiting on the Lord. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not be faint. Let me ask you, when you're living this life right now, and I don't think it's an age thing. I don't think it's an age thing. Because I talk to a lot of older people, and they're going just as fast as the young people. They going at the same speed, the same activities, the same thing. Sometimes they feel like they're going faster. It's just because your body's older. Right? But it doesn't matter whether you're old or young. Don't you want to be able to mount up on wings like eagles? Don't you want to be able to live this life to its fullest? Don't you want to be able to experience everything in it? Don't you want to be strong enough to be able to tackle anything that comes your way? I want to be the pop-pop when the great, hey, get in the pool, pop-pop. You said you'd get in the pool. But I'm just going to run and cannonball in. Boom. Let's go. Let's spend 30 minutes to an hour in the pool. I can't do that like I used to. But that's what I want to do. I want to be able to mount up with wings like eagles. I want to run and not be weary. I want to live this Christian life to its fullest. I want to live it out. I want to be empty in the presence of God when I get to the end of it. I want to walk and not faint. I just want to walk. My torn meniscus sometimes won't let me. If you see me run right now, you wouldn't think that I could run at one day. I don't know how many years I haven't run. I just want to walk and not faint. We all desire that. We all long for that. It may be because we're not waiting on the Lord to renew our strength. That spiritually, I want to do the same thing. I want to be in service to God all my days. I want to serve Him. I want to worship Him. I want to help others. I want to be the hands and feet of Jesus. But sometimes we get tired. It's probably because we're not waiting. We're not waiting to be renewed by the Lord. I challenge you to take a look at that personally in your life. Be still and wait. Be still and wait on the Lord. One of the most difficult, challenging verses that you will meet. To wait on God to make that decision. But one thing I want you to know, it's not too late to stop. It's not too late to stop. If you have breath in your body, if you are here today, it's not too late to stop. It's not too late to start waiting on God. Even if you've made decisions. Abraham made poor decisions. You read it, Genesis 12 through Genesis 22. Go home and read it. See how many mistakes that Abraham made because he didn't wait on God. But when he got to Genesis 22, and God said, Abraham, I want you to take Isaac up. I want you to kill him. I want you to sacrifice him. Yes, sir. Let me get the wood. I'm ready to go. Because he learned to wait on God. He learned that my strength comes from waiting on God. So when that time comes, when that decision comes, I'm ready to make it no matter what. Regardless of the outcome, I'm ready for it. Whether that doctor visit is good, whether it's bad, I'm ready for it. Whether I can have children, not have children, I'm ready for it. Whether I get married, don't get married, I'm ready for it. Whether I lose my job or I get the promotion, I'm ready for it. Whether I'm a millionaire, whether I'm living destitute, I'm ready for it. Because I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. And I'm drawing my strength from Him. Just spend time reading through the Word. You'll see a lot of people that struggled in that waiting. And once they begin to get a handle on it, they know God is in control of my life. And then you can really do courageous, bold things. Then your job will take on a different meaning. Having children or not having children will take on a different meaning. Whether you get that promotion or not get that promotion will take on a different meaning. It'll all take on a different meaning when you know that God is with me and I'm waiting and I'm moving at His timing. And there's many of you that reflect that. Share that with people. Share that message with people when you know people are in that same journey. Share it with them. Tell them about it. Can we help you today? Can we encourage you today? Can we help you stop? Can we help you to spend time in the presence of God? When you call me and I get to serve you in that way, you know what you're causing me to do? Stop. Stop. So you're like, Keith, I don't want to bother you. The elders, they're busy. I don't bother them. No. You're allowing us to stop and reflect on our journey. Reflect on where we're going. Reflect on how we're living our life. So it all works together. That's what the body of Christ is for. We're here to help each other, to slow down and wait on the Lord.